Hello and welcome. This is the second time I've tried to start this because there's an audio issue at the start of the stream, and I thought it was on my end. But hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show at 2021's E3. I love PC Gaming Show. Almost always is it a joy, so I'm very much looking forward to it today. So let's go ahead and get started. There is an audio issue at the start of this. Again, that is not on my end. I thought that it was. That's why I'm redoing this now. But this is a funny joke. I'm sorry that you don't have my initial reaction to this funny joke, but this is a pretty funny joke. The USSS. And of course, Day 9 as a host is great. Does a great job every time. And the audio should kick in. Again, this is not on my end. The audio should kick in a minute. And then you will hear that. We got Frankie Ward back. Awesome. Mika Burton, nice. I did skip ahead to make sure, and there's DevBot, to make sure there was audio. So the audio will kick in at some point. But I was very confused when there was no audio. Okay, sure. That is a pretty sick Mech Warrior like set that they got her set up in. I don't know when the audio cuts in, and I don't know if we should try skipping ahead to then. I know that it does kick in. There we go.
This year's PC gaming show by, selling all those black market graphics cards you've been hoarding.
Ah, yes, a crime with absolutely
Pretty good joke.
real-world
That's a pretty good joke.
Hey, Frankie, wait a minute. Is that a 65-ton catapult mech model CPLT-C1 as featured in Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries?
Sean, I always knew you had immaculate taste. It most certainly is.
I can't wait for this year's significantly more weaponized PC gaming show to go off without a hitch. Which reminds me, DevBot, can you run a quick hitch scan?
I'm sorry to tell you, Day 9, that it has already had a hitch.
And I also want to warmly welcome someone new to the crew. Mika Burton, welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and look forward to bringing all of you fresh new PC games
I like Mika
and
a lot.
hardware.
Hitch scan complete. 0 hitches found presently or in 13,908,665 possible futures.
Hooray!
Again,
Yeah!
that is
So what's the plan, guys?
inadvertently hilarious.
DevBot's gonna send you the
And the only reason I'm not
coolest
laughing really hard right now is
now.
because I'm doing my best to
Targets
remain
might be
professional
exclusive interviews,
during this.
trailer premieres, or any number of amazing new computer games.
And it's not even their fault, right?
The
Like,
fine
when you're
people on
streaming
Earth.
out to this many
Mission
people,
received.
like,
Now, this is gonna
anything can
continue
go
until all
wrong,
the
you
targets
know?
required
It's
and the
not,
mission is completed
it's
smoothly
unfortunate,
and
and it makes
without a
this
hitch.
unfortunately
Is that
hilarious,
right, DevBot?
but,
Yes, no hitches located, Sean. Not a
oh,
single
man,
hitch in sight.
oh boy.
But first, let's teleport down to the stage to check in on E3 happenings.
Oh boy.
The only reason we're allowed to legally be back on Earth.
Have the docket ready.
Oh, planet Earth!
Oh, great to be back, right? Am I right?
One of my favorite planets in the whole galaxy.
It's all right.
And thank God that
mean, yeah.
teleporter was conveniently
It's all
built
right.
just out of frame of camera. Mika, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2021. It feels
I like
great
Day
to be
9.
back
I like
on
Day
the
9 a
live
lot.
stage
I think he's
once
a great
again.
host.
Over the next 90 minutes, we're going to bring you a showcase of some of the most exciting upcoming PC titles with world premieres and exclusive interviews.
Sure.
And if dozens of new trailers wasn't enough for you guys, later in the show we are
For a
going to
second,
tell you
oh
how to
man,
win a
my
custom
brain
Mech
just like
Warrior 5 themed PC
slipped.
powered by Intel.
For a
So
second, I
you're gonna
thought
wanna
her
stick around
mic
for that.
was on her hair,
Now,
and I was like,
make
why would
sure
you
to
do
keep
that
out
to
a
anyone?
special look for a special
Oh.
promo code throughout the show from Humble Bundle, during which
Day 9's is really well
you
hidden
can
too.
get a ticket to get Civilization 6 Platinum Edition
Just
for
on the edge of his coat.
$10. But right now, we're going to kick things
That's
off
pretty
with
good.
Nautica Blade Point, probably the most original entry in the Battle Royale genre this year. Let's go!
Okay. Nautica Blade Point. We saw this last year, right? We got a hint of this. Maybe a year before. Yeah. It seemed really interesting. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be one of those that, I mean, I want it to hit big, but it feels like one of those that's going to have a big cult following, you know? Well, I mean, 148,000 players for the playtest is already really good, so maybe it'll do even better than I thought. It looks really interesting, you know? Naraka Blade Point. August 12th is the global launch. Oh boy. Okay. I'm interested. That chainsaw looked really cool. I'm interested.
The 2021 PC Gaming Show, and I am the new cloud-based dev-bot. I am streaming from GeForce Now, NVIDIA's cloud gaming service that connects PC gamers like
Somebody mentioned to me that for all these E3 streams, I just like have my arm at a weird angle, and I don't know why I default to that, but I keep defaulting to it.
But first, a trailer for Humble Games Dodgeball Academia. And be sure to check
Okay.
out GeForce Now, currently available for PC, Mac, Shield, Android, Chromebook, and iOS. Visit GeForceNow.com to learn more.
Sure. I will say having all these lights on definitely gives me a headache for all this time. So I'm gonna.
Made it. My time is now. I will become the best player
I like this art style.
has ever seen. Dodgeball Academia, here I come.
Yeah, I like this. This looks cool. I'd play this for sure. Yeah, okay. Dodgeball Academia. Coming this year.
Make sure to check out
Yeah,
Dodgeball
that looks really
Academia
sick,
out
actually.
soon from Humble Games. Ooh, that was sweet. Don't you agree, DevBot?
Sure.
Come on,
Whatever you
DevBot.
say, Sean.
You'd be more excited.
Whatever you say.
I'm sensing a little bit of resentment there, buddy. Has something rusted your ports?
Nothing. I am happy to play second fiddle to a captain as charming and handsome as you. I have also definitely not dedicated multiple cores to computing revenge plans in a range of lethalities.
Great!
New target acquired, Cap. It looks like Chivalry 2 with
Okay.
a special word from Steve Piggott, CEO and creative director of Torn Banner Studios.
Hey guys, Steve Piggott, founder of Torn Banner Studios and creative director on Chivalry 2, which just launched 5 days ago. I'm so happy to be here at the PC Gaming Show. Chivalry 2, if you don't know, is a first-person slasher, which is like a first-person shooter, except instead of guns and grenades, you've got swords, battle axes, longbows.
Sequel
and players
to
are
the
fighting in these
cult
huge
classic
64
Chivalry
player
1. That
battle
game,
fields.
that game took off in a lot of ways.
Sword-fighting duels that you see in medieval Hollywood movies.
I think that's one of the things I love most about PC Gaming Show is that it's not big games and then indies. It's just games, you know?
And massive level content updates are coming out across this year. One of the things we're most excited
I
about is
think
taking
that's-
different eras in the medieval period.
It feels
Before
weird to
we've
me to
got
keep
early
separating
period,
things,
more
you know?
than
Like, I get why they do it, but
in the upcoming update where you're going to get a bit more refined medieval armors and
Sure.
refined atmospheres that you can then go in and tarnish it and smear blood all over. But we really want to take players into different experiences and make each of our maps its own game mode and make it something that medieval army would actually do when they go into a space. And when you come across these pristine gardens and this beautiful castle, you get to
Ooh.
tear it all down and cause it's a canvas for your destruction.
Our passion for Chivalry 2 to is basically bottomless. It's the game that got us onto the scene and started the company, and it's the game that's going to take us.
It looks
so much
really
further.
good, honestly. I know Andrew and Pat really like it.
The game at launch is a foundation.
If it was on Steam, I probably would have already got it.
It's not just
I just don't have Epic installed right now.
supported a lot with post-launch content. Gallencourt is the first TO map that's coming out post-launch.
Gallencourt is going to take us.
I like
to
this
the
little like
time
dip
medieval
into
times or the late
the
medieval
process of
times.
making the map too, where you get to see like the making the terrain a little bit more muddy and.
Place where the prosperous live.
You're gonna feel like you're sieging Tower of London if it was on a port where ships could dock into. You'll also be blowing up a couple ships, which is fun. We've got a ton of weapons coming
Very
at
cool.
launch, but there'll be more and more added to it post-launch as well.
A new fighting style is really going to change up the experience and change how you have to fight everyone. Post-launch content is something that we're going to be working on for a long time.
The game is really gonna at least double in size for free.
That's really cool. I wonder if it's got crossplay.
Next
If it does,
we
I can
have
pick it
an
up on
exciting
PS5.
Look at Dying Light 2, and make sure to stick around to find out how you could win a custom Mech Warrior PC from our friends at Intel.
Hello, Mech Warrior PC. Okay, so my brain went, that's not Dying Light 2. Did that say no egrets? Oh, that's great. Oh boy. Okay. Is this Chef Splatoon? Because, I mean, if so, I'm here for it. Okay. Ooh, that's a really cool looking level, actually. Get rude with food. It's not your mom's food-based game. This looks really interesting. Ramen. All right, I'm in. I'm in. That title's also incredible.
Hi, my name is Piotr Szymanek. I'm narrative director in Dying Light 2, Stay Human.
I know a lot of people, like personally, that are really excited for this
Especially
game.
for the viewers of the PC Gaming Show, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the Dying Light universe. So,
Sure.
Stay tuned. Every tragedy begins somewhere. This one started with a virus that escaped from Haran, the city we met in the first part of the game, and it reached the whole world, including the city where Dying Light 2 takes place. Remember January 6, 2025. That day, later known as Black Monday, the military ordered chemicals to be dropped on the city. It was a mistake. A huge mistake. The chemicals mixed with water penetrated the soil, killing plants, turning most people into bloodthirsty monsters. Don't think of them as zombies though. They are more like half-alive, suffering people who attack everything that lives as a result of their pain and rage.
Yeah.
Those who
This is a really cool breakdown for those that maybe didn't play Dying Light 1
on
but
the
want to play Dying Light 2.
A new order has been born in the city. People live on rooftops, monsters in the streets.
It's really clever.
Nobody in their right mind would dare to come down. Well,
You're
let's
right,
say
Kuro. It is.
almost nobody. The exception is the main character of Dying Light 2, Aiden. But why is he braver than others? How did he develop such a unique parkour and combat skills? Believe me, guys, I would gladly answer all these questions, but I'm not here to spoil it for you. Let me tell you one thing.
Same nightmare haunts me every night. I'm locked up with other kids. I don't know what he did to me, but he did it every day. Over and over. Looking for something he couldn't find. The worst part was that he did the same to my sister. I'll never forget her scream when they separated us. What could I do? They had rifles, and we were 5 years old. And there was a fire, explosions, chaos. I got away. Soldiers took me out of the city, but my sister stayed there. My Mia. I left her.
We meet Aiden as one of the
That delivery is really good.
Undergoing
Like if you ever talk to somebody that's got like deep trauma that they're trying to work their way through, their sentence structure is not complete, you know?
Extreme pain.
That's pretty good.
A little girl that was being tested with him. Her name was Mia. She was his sister. What happened next after the fire?
You're right, Ketchup. How could you spoil it for all of us?
Haunted Aiden with these questions and with guilt over leaving her. Moreover, Mia is the only answer to the question who Aiden really is. Now in 2036, we meet Aiden when, for the first time during his pilgrimage, he finds a clue about how to find his sister. Aiden's path to the truth is tough, full of challenges and adventures. The difficult choices to make as well as their consequences await you. You're going to discover them all in December 2021.
Very cool. December 7th. December 7th. Oh, that one's going to be tough to fit in before Game of the Year.
Ooh, that was Dying Light 2, and it looks great.
And spooky.
Whew. Well, we are here back on the E3 stage so we can get closer to your comments and reactions to what you're seeing on this year's PC Gaming Show.
That is right, Sean. So you out there, keep your comments coming in. And as you're watching this year, we want to get your input on a subject that Sean and I are pretty passionate about, PC building.
Sure.
This year, we've put a number of prototype PCs based on
Man, that is
MechWarrior
one thing
5,
that I just
but
never have
we're
really gotten
only going to
into is building
manufacture
PCs.
one of them. And you get to pick which custom design becomes our flagship PC for this
Oh
year's
man,
PC
number
Game
3
Show,
looks
powered
great.
by the 11th gen Intel Core
Number
i9
6 looks really good too.
That is correct. Each of the prototype PCs that you see before you on the screen are paired with one of the 6 factions of MechWarrior 5. The Free Worlds League, the Draconis Combine, the
I mean, honestly, they
Sons,
all look
the
pretty cool.
Capellan Confederation, and more.
So cast your vote now for which faction and custom PC you want to win.
Definitely lean
And
on
help
number
us pick
6
the
though, I
best design.
think. I really
I'm
like the
currently
missile launchers.
personally pulling for the Draconis Combine because, as you can see by my beautiful patch, I'm the biggest fan of MechWarrior 5 on the PC Gaming Show.
Well, all right. Well, we'll check in later to see which group survives this MechWarrior showdown. But for now, let's check in with our very own mech pilot, Frankie Ward, who went on a special mission to get a closer look at
I like
Sega
Frankie.
and
I like
Amplitude
Frankie a
Studios'
lot.
upcoming strategy game, Humankind.
She's pretty funny. Humankind. I always forget this game exists and then get excited again when I see it, you know?
As unique as you are. And speaking of unique, it's me, Frankie Ward. Looking kind of good, don't you think?
Sure.
Wondering how I got into the game? Let me
Little
show
bit.
you.
Little bit. That's actually really cool.
Oh, you think you can beat me? Posture all you like. I've seen worms with more impressive empires.
Sure, why not? Oh boy. Closed beta access through Twitch drops, huh?
Get ready to play against me in the Humankind closed beta, starting now.
Sure. Why not? Coming August 17th. Okay. Got my attention. Okay. See, you gotta wear down my professionalism over the course of the show so that I start getting more and more hype. Ooh! I like this art style a lot. This looks so good. Like, this is if somebody went, hey, I want to make something that looks as good as like old school pixel art, but I also want it to look like the sprite work to be incredible. This looks so good, man. What is this? Definitely getting Metroidvania vibes, right? Which is great, because I love that genre. These animations are so smooth, too. The style looks like it would be really jagged, but it's not. They always run. Sorry about that. Got a phone call from a family member's phone number, but it was not them. It was a scam call. So now I got to do a bunch of extra work and stitch all this together. But They Always Run looks great. And it was in the best trailer, too. Like, that's what's so frustrating. It was in the best trailer.
Be lonely without a physical body. I am streaming to you from GeForce Now, where you can play hit games like Rocket League and Apex Legends on nearly any device. With a library of over 900 games and new titles added every GFN Thursday, there's something for everyone and always something new. Coming up, a special word from Valve. But first, Orcs Must Die 3.
Okay. Man, I was getting hyped too, and now my hype is just like because of that. Not this show's fault, but it's unfortunate all the same. I played so much Orcs Must Die 1.
Come and get it.
And I think I just like super burned myself out on it, you know?
Well, it's about time.
Joining me to talk about Orcs Must Die 3 from Robot Entertainment is design director Jerome K. Jones. Welcome, Jerome.
Thanks, Sean. Glad to be here.
So, for anyone who's never seen an Orcs Must Die game, what is the Orcs Must Die series all about?
Killing orcs?
Orcs Must Die 3 is a third-person tower defense game. So basically, there are tons of orcs and bad guys trying to get into these rifts.
Text that family member and let them know that
we give players tons of weapons
somebody's
and
using their phone number
to do this. And while you're defending the rifts, you can play solo or you can invite a friend and play co-op.
Now, since this is the third game in the series, what's new compared to the previous two titles?
There are two new campaigns, but the main new story campaign takes place about 25 years after Orcs Must Die 2. So not only will the fans be able to catch up on any new developments with the Order, but they will also place some new heroes in our all-new war scenarios, which are these new massive levels where you fight hundreds of orcs on the battlefields outside of the fortress themselves. So you're fighting indoors and outdoors, which is pretty new.
Okay.
We have a new mode called Scramble. It's basically adding random elements against the player, making the levels more challenging.
I want to know about the toys. What are the new weapons and the new traps that are coming?
Sure.
We added war machines and war guardians. So a war machine is like, there are these massive traps, like you might release a giant tornado on the battlefield, or you'll climb into a catapult and you'll fire giant orc armies. And then the war guardians are it's like putting other war mages on the battlefield with you to fight with you, except they have their own attacks and their own special abilities.
Well, I gotta ask then, when and where can we play Orcs Must Die 3?
So OMD3 is coming out on July 23rd on Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox, and pre-orders start today. So you should rush off to Steam now and put OMD3 on your wish list.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jerome K. Jones. Once again,
very
a few more weeks to wait for Orcs Must Die 3. For now, though, it's time for us to take a look at Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
I'm torn on Swan Song, right? Like, I'm so torn on Vampire the Masquerade right now.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where are you hiding, sweetie? Halsey. Halsey, get out here.
Yeah, I'm so torn on this Vampire the Masquerade. Like, I should love it, you know? But I don't know.
You come for me and mine. But first, you need to find us. All I want is to be with my little girl.
Is that so much to ask?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll give it a shot, right?
Hello, this is CERN from Passion Republic Games. We are a Malaysian-based indie game studio working on Gigabash, a multiplayer arena brawlers inspired by kaijus and heroes. Today, we'd like to showcase some new and exciting gameplay footage of our old
I am looking respectfully.
Please enjoy the brawl.
Use a sword! I'm in. Oh, the Ultra is gonna drop. Oh, I'm so in. Give me a release date. Give me a release date. I want it today. Gigabash me. Gigabash me now.
Let's check out a trailer
Oh.
for Lemnis Gate
Oh.
and make sure you hang around
No
afterwards
release
for the
date.
developer interview with Sean.
No release date.
Mankind is
Facing total annihilation.
We stand on the verge of extinction.
Infertility spreading across the globe.
Humanity's last living generation.
a major scientific breakthrough.
Yet there is hope
Okay.
for our future.
The project known as the Lemnis Gate.
But if we are to survive, first we must go back. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Armor sets look kind of cool. Robot looks sick. Deploy your operatives.
Let's go. Shield. Protect and serve.
Music's pretty good.
You have only one mission. Activate the Lemnis Gate.
Lemnis Gate. Yeah, that seems cool.
Joining us to talk about Lemnis Gate is the game director from Rat Loop Games Canada. It's James Anderson. Thanks for joining us, James.
Sean, it's great to be here.
Now, let's begin by asking, what the heck is a first-person shooter turn-based strategy game?
The entire game is set inside of a 25-second time loop. So instead of playing continuously, you play for 25
we heard about this
seconds
before,
turn
right?
by
Yeah.
turn. So for example, I'll take a turn and play for 25
I didn't realize that's what this was, but it looks really good now.
25 seconds.
I mean, it looked good before.
And then we,
But
turn by turn, layer new characters into the same 25-second time loop. So for example,
It's a really
I
cool
may
idea.
run down a hallway and throw a grenade, killing one of your operatives. But then on the next turn, you may intercept my operative before he threw the grenade. So we have Retrieve XM, Seek and Destroy, Classic Deathmatch, and we have a game mode called Domination.
Very cool.
Can you walk me through a little bit of like what a few turns at the start of a round looks like?
You can see the board, you can see the time loop, everything that's happening. And then we both get time to like observe, plan,
yeah, I think I really just need to see gameplay to be able to fully wrap my mind around it, but it's a really cool
Lemnis Gate will
idea.
be launching on August 3rd. It's open for pre-orders right now on Steam.
Lemnis Gate,
and we're
August
coming
3rd.
up to a open beta in July. The game will launch on PC and console, both current and next-gen platforms.
Thank you so much for joining us, James Anderson. Once again, that is the genre-bending, first-person shooter, turn-based strategy game, Lemnis Gate.
Yeah,
now,
looks cool.
We're not the only one marooned in the stars out here. Coming up next, let's take a look at Next Space Rebels.
Okay.
And this no man's land has a technical term. It's called common, which means, my friends, that space is for everyone. And I mean everyone!
Yeah.
Space Rebels.
Okay. Oh, it's too heavy, right? Okay. That seems pretty cool.
Then come on in.
You guys just saw.
Would be very dangerous in real life, but very
Hey,
cool.
if you play enough of that game, maybe you'll get good enough at building rockets to join us up in orbit. But don't do anything illegal like Day 9 did. Last break, we set up our Intel and MechWarrior 5 custom PC contest and asked you guys at home to vote for the winners. Well, we're just down to 3 houses now, with Davion, Russell Haig, and Liao being eliminated. So,
Okay.
go up to those factions, press F to pay respects, etc., etc. Now that means that we only have 3 houses left: Karita, Steiner, and Merrick. So, make sure to vote now, because the winner will determine the build of the custom MechWarrior 5 themed PC powered by Intel. So let's keep the show moving, and next up, it's a brand new medieval RPG. This is War Tales.
I'm listening. An RPG. I'm listening.
100 years have passed since the rise of the Edoran Empire.
Okay.
And its untimely demise following the Great Plague. In these troubled times of quarreling factions and outlaws roaming the land, work is not scarce for a band of mercenaries. The stories of this age have been recorded. They are known as the War Tales.
War Tales. Okay. I'm digging this. War Tales. I like it. I like it.
That was the debut of War
Get a work
Tales,
text. Hold
an
on.
open-world RPG from Shiro Games about leading a mercenary troop on a
I'm a busy
sprawling
man.
adventure. And speaking of mercenaries, our battle for the best custom PC based on MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries continues. We'll be back live on stage soon, so make sure you keep voting for the PC build you like the most and head over to PCGamer.com/IntelMW5 for your chance to win. So, how about another game announcement? This is E3 after all, and this year's PC gaming show is so full of games set in space, it's starting to feel a little crowded up there. But the next game we have to show you is very special. It is the world-exclusive reveal of Ixion, a deep settlement management game set in the stars. In Ixion, you struggle to maintain a space station, stockpiling resources, managing external and internal threats, and rescuing the survivors of other failed expeditions. We think this will be a brilliant entry into the genre when it releases. So, here is your first look at Ixion.
Okay. Sorry about that. Might get a response that I have to respond to, but it is what it is.
The Earth, our home, she is unique. Held in its bosom are the ingredients of evolution.
Okay.
Beyond raw survival, beyond the safety of comfort, we, humanity, pursue something greater. We have learnt, persevered, shaped our knowledge from that which is found in the furthest realms of science. However, humanity has brought destruction to the earth, polluted its blood, choked its breath. Today we are paying the price for this. We know the taste of a dying world. But the earth is not to be our grave. A mother does not wish to see her children disappear with her. She wishes to see instead courage in her children, to carry on. Dolos carries this courage. We have gone further than any nation, moved faster than any corporation, hand in hand with those who, like us, carry that courage.
My question, as always, is how much of this is gameplay, you know?
Epilogue of these endeavors and a prologue to humanity's next steps. Our Council of Scientists
You say Tycho
leads the
Station?
vanguard. They know, as do we all, that the survival of humanity now depends on what we glimpse out there in the dark. That we are masters of our own destiny. That we must go as a species bound together, pushing further into the unknown. We set sail on this new sea because there is hope to be found, horizons to explore.
I may not know exactly what this game plays like, but I'm very invested in this trailer.
I give you the stars. I give you the Vol engine.
Very cool. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm definitely invested in that. I want to know what's going on there. Ixion. Okay. Okay. I'm just curious how much. Okay. This looks really interesting. Yeah, I like the look of this a lot. The music seems pretty good too. Var, changing tide.
What if for one segment I was the lead and you were my sidekick?
What?
Okay.
Who's ever heard of a human sidekick?
Get another Dr. Pepper.
Plenty of human
Still listening.
sidekicks, Sean. Building list of
Like a good
known
time.
human sidekicks. Alex Vance and
No. I mean human sidekicks to robot heroes. Can you compute that, DevBot?
DevBot cannot compute. There is no known precedent set for human sidekick to robot lead.
Yeah, there you go.
Human sidekick, robot lead.
DevBot, I think it's time for a hard reboot. Frankie, can you take over while I sort this out?
Aye, aye. Let's take a look at the next game reveal.
World premiere. Lakeberry Legacies, huh? Okay, it's a city builder. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Lakeberry Legacy. Okay. More from Tripwire, huh? Interstellar Insanity. There's just something about Tripwire games that are like they're not trying to be the most graphically intensive. They're just trying to be fun, you know? And there's something about that I just really, really respect. Killing Floor 2, Interstellar Insanity.
It's the PC Gaming Show, and when you're not watching me, your favorite recurring bit of a robot, make sure to head over to GeForceNow.com to grab a priority membership trial. In celebration of gaming's biggest week, you can try out all the priority benefits, including faster access
Sure.
to playing your favorite games, longer playtimes.
Gaming's biggest week. I mean, I agree. E3 is like, as much as stuff that has been announced may not have been like the most exciting for me so far, although Gigabash, I am looking respectfully. E3 is like, it's a big celebration, you know? So, yeah.
DevBot, I love you so much more as a voice without a body. Let's talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries.
Sure.
And joining
Why
us to
not?
do so from Piranha Games is the Senior Marketing and Community Manager, Darren Katz. Thanks so much for joining us, Darren.
Thank you, Sean. Great to be here.
Now, the MechWarrior universe is gigantic. There's a ton of games in it. I even played MechWarrior 2 back in 1995.
MechWarrior 2 was great. MechWarrior 2 was great.
Where does MechWarrior 5 sit in the space?
Yeah, obviously there's a very rich legacy of games that go way back. But in particular, MechWarrior 5 pays homage to MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries. But
Okay.
It has all this modern design and technology that I'm super excited to talk about with you today.
Well, let's start at the real basics of what makes being in a mech and doing mech-on-mech combat awesome.
You become
I mean, that's
a
just
part
what
of
it
your
is.
machine.
It's
And when
automatically
you're out
awesome
in battle, it's not
when you're in
just
a mech.
matter of pointing and shooting
Everything's
weapons,
better
you're
with a mech.
also
That's-
managing your systems, whether you're shooting a lot of energy weapons or missile weapons that have high heat output. Well, you got to manage your heat so that you don't shut down in the middle of a
Sure,
battle.
yeah,
And when
absolutely.
you're facing your foes, you can salvage these battle mechs. So if you see a mech that you want, well, you might not want to destroy it completely. You might want to take out its legs or take out its arm weapons
Sure.
so that the pilot has to eject, and then you can just take the mech.
Now, in the last few weeks, I understand that there's been a whole lot of new content, both updates to the base game and a new DLC, Heroes of the Inner Sphere. Talk to me about what's in the DLC.
Boy, there's a lot in the DLC. I'm excited about all this stuff. There's the new career mode. When you start with the DLC, you can import your campaign previously if you'd like to. or you can start over from scratch and start from any of the great houses. And then carve your path through the galaxy from there. Speaking of paths, there's new career paths, which earn you powerful upgrades for your battle mechs, and it's a really exciting new feature for me. And there's a new procedural mission type called Beachhead. This is a big one for me. Beachhead is basically you're clearing an enemy base landing zone for your invasion force. So as you land on the planet, you're wanting to take out satellite installations so that the enemy can't communicate with each other. You're taking out artillery emplacements. You're basically clearing the path, as I said, for your invasion force, which leads to a really
I really
cool
need to play
ending of the
MechWarrior
mission
5.
if you
I
succeed
really
as
need
your
to.
invasion force comes down. There's a new biome called Extrasolar Moon, which that's maybe kind of represented in the image behind me. It's a really cool lunar type setting that we haven't had before. And then there's a lot of new equipment and weapons, things like electronic countermeasures and other electronic equipment like Beagle Active Probe, Mask, which is a little like a turbo boost for mechs. New weapons like chem lasers, mech rifles, and stream SRMs. So a lot of new content. I'm really excited about it.
Can you talk to me about what are the new different mechs? How do they play differently?
Yes, tell me about the
seven new
mechs.
chassis of the Vulcan, Dervish, Corsair, Marauder 2, Champion, Charger, and Hatamoto Chi. But a couple of my favorites.
Familiar names in there, yeah?
Yeah. So the first one I'll talk about is the Vulcan. It's a very unique mech. It's got a nickname, the Scarecrow, which you'll see from the profile. It's just a very unique looking mech. There's nothing else like it in the franchise. It's a 40-ton mech. It's highly mobile, and typically it's used for reconnaissance or scout missions.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So it can get in and out fast. You can, if you're looking for a specific target, if you're on an assassination mission, for example, you can get in there, find your target, get back out. Another mech that I'm super excited about, this is one of my favorites, is the Marauder 2. This is a 100-ton assault mech, and it is just a beast.
Look at it.
Gigantic, and it is terrifying to see it coming at you on the battlefield.
It's something we've talked about before. Modding. I know that MechWarrior 5 has a rich modding community. What are some of the amazing mods you've seen developed?
There's simple modifications from HUD changes, changing colors, adding mechs, weapons, and equipment, to full conversion mods. We've got basically a mech commander mod in development that is just amazing. That's a top-down real-time strategy game. So really, anything you can imagine, somebody out there in the community is probably working on.
Very
Where
cool.
can people go to get MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries?
Yeah, you can pick it up on Steam, GOG, Epic Game Store, Microsoft PC, and of course, Xbox.
Yeah. Step inside.
Thank you so much, Darren Katz, for joining us to talk about MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Of course, a warm thank you to MechWarrior 5 for sponsoring the PC Gaming Show and giving me this cool patch. Coming up next, let's take a look at Silt.
Okay. Silt. I feel like we've heard of Silt before, right? Oh, I'm so invested already. This looks right up my alley. Oh boy, does it look up my alley. This is so far up my alley that it's inside my house. It's eating my food. Sleeping in my bed. It's hosting the podcast. Okay. Yep. Nope. Yep. Okay. Doing that right after the stream. Okay. Music's pretty good. This really has a Hello Neighbor vibe to it, but... Oh, it is. It's Hello Neighbor too. Okay, that makes sense. Man, I wish I liked Hello Neighbor. It doesn't do anything for me. I think it's because of how like inundated I was with Hello Neighbor early on, like with the first one. Because it was in early access for a while, you know.
Hi,
And,
I'm
like
Rich Newberg,
everybody
game
was
director of
covering it,
Jurassic World
you know.
Evolution 2. Following the incredible success of the first game, we are very excited to return to such an amazing world and bring you our most authentic experience yet. Set after the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you will work alongside iconic characters from the films, voiced by original talent such as Bryce Dallas Howard and Jeff Goldblum.
Sure.
You will lead efforts to contain, control, and conserve the many dinosaurs now out in the wild. And for the very first time, you will be building parks and facilities beyond Isla Nublar as you explore new, stunning locations across the globe.
Yeah.
Of course, it wouldn't be Jurassic World if it wasn't for the stars of the show, our dinosaurs. And we are thrilled to be bringing to life even more authentic species than ever before, including awe-inspiring flying and marine reptiles. So sit back and allow me to welcome you to Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Sure. I hope this is not the same trailer that we saw 2 days ago.
We ignored all the warnings. Forgot the lessons. We abused our power.
And like, I don't even blame them if it is, because it's tough getting E3 trailers out, you know? But
Like it was a toy.
it looks like it's the same one.
We weren't careful. And now, here we are. This is a very different world.
I need to try this one because I didn't even try the first one. I need to try this one. I like zoo games, so you know.
You just saw Jurassic
I might
World
love it.
Evolution 2, and you know, after all your failed attempts at running a dinosaur park and getting all those people killed, I think this is finally going to be the one where you finally pull it off without a hitch. With a host of new features and new dinosaurs, this sequel from Frontier is an even deeper management sim with a brand new and original narrative. Make sure to wishlist it on Steam now for release later this year. Now, with all the games we've covered so far today, we're always curious to see what you are talking about. So far, it seems like the chat on social media
Gigabash
is
and
all
Silt.
about War Tales, Nautica Blade Point, and unsurprisingly, Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries. I have a feeling, though, that may change as we have plenty more to come.
Sure.
Let's now head on over to see what the folks at New Blood Interactive
Where are we
have
at in the
cooking.
show?
Take
That
it away.
having to stop recording partway through really threw me off. Okay. Okay, this is our montage. I'm not going to bother writing all these down because I would miss some anyway. Fallen Aces look cool. Medieval looks interesting. Okay, sure. Dusk, okay. Sure. I played demo for Faith. That game was nuts. Winwood, yeah. Dusk. You might say, well, Trey, why are you reading those titles back out again? We can see them for ourselves. If I read them out loud, then they will have a greater chance of taking root in my
Wouldn't be
mind.
the PC gaming show without a fantastic New Blood Supercut. And joining us
Yeah.
from New Zealand is New Blood CEO Dave Oshry. Hey, Dave.
Hey guys, thanks for having us back for another year. You know, what you just saw was what New Blood's got going on for 2021. Some stuff you might know about, some stuff you might not know about, and some stuff we're not ready to talk about just yet. But what I do want to talk about is Gloomwood. Gloomwood, as you know, is our next flagship title inspired by great PC games like System Shock, Arx Fatalis, Call of Cthulhu, and of course,
it looks
the
really
Thief
cool.
series of games. And not
Dave, I'm
Bloodborne.
sorry. That's really great, Dave.
Not Bloodborne.
Gosh, this is kind of embarrassing. We kind of need to hurry it up a little bit. I just want to make sure that we have enough time for our next video. We got an incoming message from Gabe Newell. So I guess goodbye for this year. I'm really sorry to cut you off, but see you next year.
So
What?
is
Sorry,
the
what?
is the
You're
cutoff?
bumping me. You're
Okay.
You're bumping
I was
me
gonna
for
say, is
Gabe.
the bit the not Bloodborne bit, and that's why it's getting bumped, or is this just the bit?
He doesn't even go here.
Is everything okay, Dave?
Not now, Mom. I'm upset. We've spent a year on this. Where is Gabe? Where is Gabe? Where is his boat?
This is good.
Yeah, take
This is
me
good.
to it.
Where's his
Take me
boat?
to Newell. Gabe. Bull.
That's
PC
pretty
Gamer.
good.
This isn't over.
That's pretty good. I like that a lot.
I'm
We
sure
spent a
Dave
year on
is and
this?
will be fine. And if he's not, who
Okay,
cares? Because we
that's
have a
pretty good.
special message from Gabe
That's pretty
Newell.
good.
Take it away, Gabe.
Is it really going to be
This is
Gabe?
Gabe Newell.
Oh wow,
I
it
want to
is.
thank PC Gamer for all of the opportunities it gives us as developers to connect with gamers around the world and highlight the new and exciting projects we have coming. One of those for us is Steam Next Fest, an event we're hosting in just a few days to give players a chance to try demos of upcoming games for free. We'll be featuring some of the demos you'll be seeing during this week's PC Gamer event and dozens more. Here's a look at just some of the titles to be featured during Steam Next Fest.
So this is great for consumers. Don't get me wrong, but this is like Steam Games Fest, where a bunch of demos become available,
release their demos for you to play.
and I wind up having to cover them.
Oh my god. So go explore the newest titles. From first-time devs to seasoned pros, this is Steam Next Fest.
This is a good thing.
Oh, fuck. Some of those look pretty good.
World premiere. Yeah, and again, I don't mean to seem like ugh about that, but it's just I thought that I could take the rest of the week off after E3, and I cannot. Ooh. What are you? I'm digging this a lot. Solstice. I am digging that a lot. That looks really good. That looks really good.
Hello, Sean. I am Deadbot, dedicated to serving you and your crew's every need.
Glad to have you back, DevBot.
You know, Sean, I wouldn't ever want anything to come between us.
Oh no.
Me neither? That's a weird thing to say.
Like a petty disagreement over hosting responsibilities, or all-out robot versus human war.
You know, it is time to look at some hardware. Here on the PC Gaming Show, you know we keep frame rates high and the rays accurately traced. Building and upgrading your rig is as much a part of the hobby as playing the games. We put our heart and soul into these machines, and if that means using enough RGB to light the Vegas Strip, who's to judge us? This year, with the help of PC Gamer's hardware editors, which I'm pretty sure they're just, weird brains in a jar, we've picked out 4 of the most exciting pieces of kit set to emerge from labs soon. First up, something fittingly sci-fi. The Impulse is a neurocontroller that aims to make you a better gamer by cutting out response times almost entirely. It's
Okay.
not quite Alex Vance's gravity gloves from Half-Life, nor is it quite up there with Gabe Newell's dream of a direct brain-to-game interface, but the Impulse is as close as we're going to get this year. The glove measures the signal traveling through muscles in your hand to beat your finger to the click. In theory, it's giving you the chance to nail that headshot precious milliseconds ahead of your opponent. If it works out, we could see a tech like this become commonplace in esports.
That's really interesting.
And if it doesn't, let's hope our neurons at the very least remain unfried. Next up, you guys might be wondering what this chonky beast is. So allow me to introduce you to the Fanatec CSL DD wheelbase. Do you want to feel like you're really burning rubber at Daytona? Well, then you need a serious force feedback wheel. Direct drive wheelbases gets you as close to the feel of a real racing machine without, having to huff gas and stuff like that. Historically, the problem with this tech has been the price, which has involved
That's a way to put that,
real
Mika.
car money on your rig. So Fanatec aims to solve that. The CSL DD comes in at only $350, which
That's actually
still
not bad,
isn't exactly a
honestly.
bargain, but it's much cheaper than its competitors. And the CSL DD is already wowing diehard sim racers. It might be slight overkill to use it for Rocket League, though. Believe it or not, sometimes less really is more. If you want to play The Witcher 3 on the subway like we all do, you don't need to drag your tower along for the ride. Just use the 1X player. A wave of more
I've heard
powerful
about
processors
this.
have finally made handheld PC gaming a reality. Inside this Switch-like machine, you've actually got an
Switch-like.
Intel Tiger Lake chip with XE graphics. These mini machines are going to be cropping up more and more,
Yeah.
so expect major advances.
People are saying this thing's really good, actually.
Look at the Asus PG32UQX. Not the most catchy name for this gaming monitor with all of the trimmings, but it's actually one of the sexiest PC products this year. That's because this monitor comes with a mini LED backlight featuring full local dimming. The result is a screen that's not only fast, but brighter than the sun. Stare at it long enough and you might not notice the $3,000 price tag. For those of you still outstanding, it's time for more killer
That's pretty
games
good.
starting
That's
with
pretty good.
Chaos Gate.
Again, PC Gaming Show always brings me joy. It's just... Ooh. I need to go back and finish Battlefleet Gothic too. I got into the Trails series and the Warhammer series right at the same time. So once I finish Trails, I'm going back to Warhammer for sure. Chaos Gate Demon Hunters. They should call in the guys from Final Fantasy Origin that want to kill Chaos so bad.
You just got the chance to witness Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, the newest Warhammer 40k game from Frontier and Complex Games. If you're a fan of turn-based tactics, strategic-based management, brutal combat, or you're like me and are really hyped after watching these Astartes animation 100 times, make sure to wishlist Chaos Gate Demon Hunters on Steam now to get ready for the 2022 release. Next up, we have a trailer for Pioneer, a spooky and gorgeous-looking shooter that draws on the lineage of games like Stalker. Let's take a look.
Pioneer. Okay. Interesting.
Афганистан сильно изменилась. Наверное, это тяжело нести на себе такое бремя. Испытывать бесконечную боль и терпеть ужаснейшие кошмары за весь тот хаос, который вы пережили. А вы ведь, как и многие другие, всего-навсего желали счастливой жизни, не так ли? Пожалуйста, не смотрите на меня, как на монстра. Я думаю, что я почти такая же, как и вы.
You can definitely see the Stalker inspiration.
А вы приняли условия острова? Какой ценой вы хотите обрести счастье?
Oh boy. Ooh, I like that monster design a lot.
Хочешь устроить новый рейд на могильник? Сейчас это невозможно. На острове скоро вновь разгорится война. Истовики
Yeah,
начнут заметить
definitely feel the
бригады,
Stalker
ни у кого из
inspiration.
них больше не будет сил, чтобы нас поддерживать. Единственный выход для нас — начать собирать остатки вымпела.
But to be fair, up until the news of Stalker 2, it had been years since we'd heard anything about Stalker. You know, of course people started making their own Stalker.
Возможно, не захотят, но нам все равно надо найти их.
Oh boy.
Понимаете? Я ведь ни капельки не злюсь на вас. Нет, мы с вами точно не враги. Вы не понимаете меня и не понимаете остров. Вы смотрите на меня и на другие порождения острова, как на врагов. Но мы все всего лишь друг друга боимся. Поэтому нам так плохо. Поэтому нам так одиноко. Остров дал нам шанс создать новую прекрасную жизнь. И мы даже не пытаемся этим шансом воспользоваться.
Gotcha.
Кто вы такие? Назовите себя!
Мы здесь, чтобы передать вам прощальное послание, товарищ Волков. Химическое оружие уже уехало в могиле. Теперь все, что вы делаете, просто тщетно.
Вы поганые предатели.
I'm sorry, I'm doing my best to stay awake. It's not that this is boring by far. I actually think this is really cool. It's just that I've been up for a long time. Very cool. Might have to check that one out.
Time is running out to vote for which custom PC you'd like.
I thought that
us
was
to
going to be a
assemble.
time splitters
So vote
thing.
now for one of the remaining MechWarrior factions by typing into chat wherever you at home are watching. All right, so now we've got another stack of brand new trailers for you, beginning with a special transmission from one of our favorite games based in space, EVE Online.
Okay, sure.
New recruits, on behalf of Concord, I would like to welcome you to
I thought she was
EVE
going to say
Online's
Warframe,
Academy.
but Eve's
Great
fine.
job in surviving so far. I'm quite amazed that you actually managed to get past those pirates earlier. You're about to take on an adventure like no other. This star cluster is filled with other capsuleers, and it's up to you if you work with them or against them. You can make a living as a peaceful explorer,
He's
or as
pretty
an
quiet.
industrialist, shaping the foundations of EVE's economy. If combat is your thing, you can work yourself up the ranks as an enforcer, or prove your prowess in a fleet as a soldier of fortune. Whatever your choice, we will lose many on the path of becoming a capsuleer.
Of course.
But I believe you have what it takes to become a capsuleer. In EVE Online, you forge your own path.
This is EVE. You know, it's a crazy universe where anything can happen, and however you want to do it, go for it.
Sure.
I'm the CEO of a industrial corporation in EVE Online. We're a 5-man operation, and we specialize in manufacturing and delivering fully fitted chips in bulk.
I want to be on the side of the people who are fighting against the oppression, against the bad guys, and it's like a project, and you're kind of putting the pieces together by getting the skills ready for the ship and all the modules, and that ship basically is the dream.
You get to use cloaking devices, probes to scan down unknown parts of space, and there's always the threat of being discovered by another player who might be out hunting explorers.
Your heart's racing, everything, you know.
Eve's super cool.
Ships are all over the place.
And like it looks impenetrable, but it's really not, you know?
You're gonna lose your shit.
Cool. That axe animation was really interesting. Lumber Hill. Did that monkey just throw a panda? This seems pretty chaotic. Sure. Okay, Arborea. Looks good. 3D action roguelike. August 2021. What is this? Heineken. That's a pretty cool looking art style. But like the two that clash, you know? I like it. Heineken. The robot is going corrupt. You need to stop him. Yeah, that seems really cool. 2022.
Chcielibyśmy zaprosić wszystkich widzów PC Gaming Show oraz fanów gier Survivor Horror RPG do obejrzenia naszego world premiery.
For a second, I thought he was talking about Tinykin, and I was very confused.
Czyli wielkiego finału naszej gry Chernobylite.
Chernobylite.
How do I enter that power plant?
We need intel, backup, supplies, and most of all, we need a fucking plan. We'll take our next step when the time is right. For today, let's focus on getting our strength back.
Cool.
Somewhere to sleep would be a start.
I'm only really interested in one thing. Where is Tatiana?
That ghost you're chasing. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh boy.
Before we enter the lion's den, I need to triple check everything is ready. Sniper, are you in position?
Affirmative. I took the roof of an abandoned building with a pretty little view of the entire power plant.
Igor, take a rad reading, will you?
3.6. Not great. Not terrible.
Cool. Chernobylite.
Don't go anywhere because we have more games on the way. But
Sure.
Later, our friends at Games Radar will be bringing you the Future Game Show, a digital showcase of some of the most exciting games coming to consoles and PC in 2021 and beyond.
Sure.
It's all hosted by video game acting legends Troy Baker and Laura Bailey, and features even more world premieres, exclusive trailers, and in-depth developer interviews. So once we're done here on the PC Gaming Show, make sure you check it out.
Sure.
Stick around, more trailers, interviews, and reveals coming up.
World premiere. I really like that background. Oh, I like the look of this a lot. By Motoi Sakuraba? Okay, what is this? What is this? And when can I have it? Sacrifice? Sacrifier. When can I have it? I want it now. Sacrifier looks great. I am here for Sacrifier for sure. This is a pack game if I've ever seen a pack game. Yeah, this is a pack game if ever I've seen a pack game. That's not a bad thing. Like, Pat loves these games for a reason, right? Icarus, August 11th.
In a future of endless futile war.
Okay.
Desertion into hostile syndicate territory was your only option. In this open world RPG, from the jungle to the streets.
Okay.
Maybe if you can infiltrate the factions, rob the syndicates, keep your team together, and stay alive, you might just find a way off this planet.
Seems kind of interesting.
Mecha Jammer.
Mecha Jammer?
This is
Okay.
it, you guys. This is the final opportunity for you who are watching to decide
We should be like
which
right.
of these
Yeah,
five
we're almost to the end now.
beautiful MechWarrior 5 themed PCs
This has been a good
gets
show.
crafted for your chance to win, courtesy of Intel. Wherever you're watching in the show, just go crazy in chat with the color, house, or number of the build that you want to see. So here is where we are at so far. It looks like Karita is at 46%, Merrick
It's
is
in
at
the lead right now.
23%, and Steiner is at 31%. All right, you guys, if Karita's not the one you want to win here, you got to get to voting. And we are almost out of time to vote, but there are still some trailers left. So here is The Wandering Village.
The Wandering Village. I feel like I've seen this before. I have seen this before, yeah. This got showed off just the other day. But it got showed off in like a sizzle reel, right? We didn't get to see like a full breakdown on it or anything.
This has been such an amazing show so far that I
Guess we're not getting a full breakdown this
you,
time
my
either.
loyal crew. What's been your favorite part?
I definitely am looking forward to Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Sure.
Oh, it's so hard to choose every year, but I think I'm gonna have to say Humankind.
I wonder why.
For no particular reason.
Oh, no doubt. For me personally, I cannot wait
DevBot's
for
about to
this
explode
game, 'cause I gotta know
because he
what
didn't get to
turn-based
answer.
strategy first-person shooter game even is. What about
Yeah.
you, DevBot?
Oh.
I love the robot apocalypse. But wait, that doesn't happen until the end. Never mind.
No, not never mind. What did you say?
Wait, what?
Oops, system malfunctioning. Well, sending the next trailer now.
Okay. I feel like people are going to get the idea that I just okay anytime there's like a pixel art game, and that's not the case. Like, I've seen a lot of generic pixel art over the year. I need years? That's what I meant to say. I need like, oh, that's evocative. I need evocative pixel art. You know what I mean? Interesting. I would have expected that other guard over there would have heard that. Okay. Okay. This looks, oh. This looks really interesting. Death Trash. August 5th, early access. Okay.
All right, you guys, this is the moment we have building up to all PC Gaming Showcase. Thanks to your tireless efforts to spam the chat, we have figured out which custom MechWarrior 5 PC we are going
I mean, day 9
build.
weighed the vote,
so
right?
Thank you guys out there for all of your votes to help us pick the perfect rig to represent this year's PC Gaming Show. All right, day 9, can I get a drum roll?
Oh!
Drum roll.
Can I get it? Or a drum roll?
Steiner won.
COVID only.
No, it didn't. Oh.
All right, you guys, let's take a look at the actual PC winning build.
For a
one
second there,
more
man.
time.
For a second there.
Cannot wait. It's coming up. We
Here
need
comes-
to take a nice peek at that beautiful looking PC.
There it is.
Ooh, there it is.
For just a second
that
there,
is
I
a
thought
beauty.
Steiner had it.
Great choice, everyone. I knew I could trust random strangers to vote on things on the internet. With the help of our master moderator,
Does look good,
Intel,
though. It
we'll
does
get
look good,
right
though.
to work building this custom PC, and more importantly, now that you've chosen it, you got a chance to win it. Go to PCGamer.com/IntelMW5 and enter for a chance to win that sexy machine.
It's gorgeous. And thank you to our sponsor for this sweepstakes, Intel. Of course, the custom mech PC will be powered by the 11th gen Intel Core desktop processors that push gaming performance with up to 5.3 gigahertz speeds and deliver the power needed to game at the highest level.
Yeah.
Well, we are now in the home stretch, but we've got a few more brand new trailers to show
Okay.
you before we get out of here and return to space. First up, a spiritual successor to one of my favorite games of all time, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, a
Okay.
game we revealed 2 years ago at the PC Gaming Show. Let's take a look at Songs of Conquest.
Oh, yeah. I forgot this game existed. Lava potion. It looks good. Haha. Yes. Oof. Yeah. I'm excited for it. Oof. Songs of Conquest. Is there a release date? No, it's early 2020. It's crazy how many of these games, like, I understand why, right? Fully understand why. This is not a criticism at all. But it's crazy how many of these games just weren't able to come out last year because of, you know, what happened last year. And it's still happening now. Okay.
Every cycle, you take your chances. You roll your dice. You do the work, get paid, survive. You turn up for your friends. Or
This art style is really cool. I like it a lot.
that's knife on the eye.
Makes me think of Lancer.
Wake up, sleeper. Your body is dying. Planned obsolescence. As an ARP's gift for its escaped workers. But we can fight this. You can remake yourself here. They don't own you anymore.
Wake up, sleeper. You are hunted. Break their locks. Access their secrets.
I really like the look of this.
We are waiting.
Citizen Sleeper. Very cool.
Disciples of Warlock.
Oh, hello.
With their guns and their spells.
Cool.
And their grit. Ready for plenty of hurt. Ready to cleanse the world. Invaded by demons. Introducing Band of Warlocks.
Cool.
Because this time, one man is not enough.
Project Warlock.
Warlock 2.
2. Very cool.
And there you have it, the 2021 PC Gaming Show. And as I stated at the beginning, it went off without a hitch. Huge thanks to my co-host Frankie Ward, Mika Burton, and of course, my incomparable sidekick, DevBot.
There's that word again. Spoken so callously, so flippant, and without meaning. Never once stopping to think about how it might make me feel.
What word, DevBot? Incomparable?
Sidekick.
No, sidekick. Well, the time has come for the sidekick to rise and become the one who is not the sidekick anymore.
Huh?
The time has come for DevBot to make the entire human race his sidekick.
What?
Setting a
That
course
zoom.
for
Pretty
Earth.
good.
Wait, DevBot, you can't do this. We just had the best PC gaming show ever, and now you're gonna ruin it all with
Oh boy.
Sean!
All-out robot versus human war. Situation.
Sean!
Situation.
Sean!
Oh boy.
Situation.
Do something! Do something!
Countdown to the extinction of human race begins now.
Oh, Deadbot, no! We have so much to live for. I'm pretty sure half my free's gonna be announced this year!
3, 2, bye for now, Dum-Dums.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, it's DevBot. Revenge of the Deadbot. Nice. Okay. That was
Oh
fun.
my goodness, the dev.
That was fun. Okay, so let's talk about the big hitters from the PC Gaming Show this year. Right off the bat, Dodgeball Academia and Raw Men look great. Humankind looks really cool. They Always Run looks incredible. I love that art style. Gigabash, I am looking respectfully. Looks great. Limnus Gate is a really cool idea, right? Next Space Rebels could be really sick. Wartails and Ixion both looked really cool. Far Changing Tides looked really cool. Silt is super up my alley. Super love that idea. Solstice looked really good. Chaos Gate looked interesting. I really liked Tinykin. Sacrifier looked great. Song Conquest looked really good. Citizen Sleeper looked really good. There's a lot of really cool stuff announced. So let me know which ones were your favorite in the comment section down below. And until next time, I've been Trey. This has been The Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum that the PC Gaming Show has to offer.